Well, we are getting another breaking input on the very same aspect. Another Pakistani spy arrested in Uttar Pradesh. The Uttar Pradesh Anti-Terrorist Squad has arrested a suspected Pakistani spy from Muradabad for allegedly working for Pakistan's intelligence agency ISI. Now, the accused identified as Shehzad, and he was arrested for his alleged involvement in cross-border smuggling across India-Pakistan border and espionage activities for the ISI.
आपके जो शौहर हैं शहजाद क्या करते हैं काम?
बस काम करते थे सूटों का काम खुल गया तो कर लिया, नहीं तो अपना मेहनत मजदूरी ये फ्रूट का ठेला बस खाली लगा लिया।
सूट कहाँ से लाते थे?
सूट लाहौर से,
पाकिस्तान से जी। तो कितनी बार जाते थे महीने में या साल में? महीने में
ना, साल में चले गए, 2 साल में, साल में बस तो 1-2 बार बस सूट। जी हाँ।
बस क्या हुआ
आज क्या पता क्या हुआ, किसने करा, ये सब झूठ साबित कर रहे हैं, उनको दोषी ठहरा रहे हैं उन्हें लोग। बहुत जुल्म हो रहा है उनके साथ में, बहुत जुल्म हो रहा है।
क्या कारोबार था आपका जो आप बता रहे हो? कपड़े का कारोबार करते थे?
जी कारोबार कपड़े का, कपड़ा आता था बस।
और कोई भी साथ में जाता था उनके?
नहीं कोई नहीं।
All right, joining me on this broadcast is Amit Singh from Uttar Pradesh. Amit, हमें थोड़ी जानकारी बताइए अक्यूज के बारे में, शहजाद के बारे में, किस तरीके की एक्टिविटी वो करते थे, क्या सबूत सामने आए हैं उनके खिलाफ?
देखिए, एटीएस ने मुरादाबाद से आरोपी शहजाद को गिरफ्तार किया है। एटीएस के मुताबिक ये जो है वो स्मगलिंग करते थे, कपड़े, कॉस्मेटिक और मसाले का स्मगलिंग करते थे। और इसके अलावा आरोप ये है कि ये कई बार पाकिस्तान भी जा चुके हैं। और आरोप ये भी है कि वो जो पाकिस्तानी एजेंसी है आईएसआई के संरक्षण में ही ये स्मगलिंग का काम किया जा रहा था। जाहिर तौर पे अब जब शहजाद की एक बार एटीएस ने गिरफ्तार कर लिया है तो उनसे पूछताछ होगी, एटीएस पूछताछ करेगी। और पूछताछ करके अगर आईएसआई में उनका कोई हैंडलर है या किसके संपर्क में वो लगातार रहते थे, ये जानकारी हासिल करने की कोशिश होगी। बहरहाल जो आरोपी शहजाद के घर वाले हैं, जो परिजन है, उनका साफ साफ ये कहना है कि जो आरोप शहजाद पर लगाए गए हैं वो निराधार हैं, वो कपड़े के व्यापारी हैं। इस लिहाज से वो पाकिस्तान जाया करते थे। लेकिन फिलहाल जो है इस पूरे मामले पे एटीएस का इन्वेस्टिगेशन लगातार जारी है।
जी, let me now go across to my colleague Anshul also on this. Anshul, more and more arrests are being made. Clearly, there is a bigger nexus that is at play. We have already seen how 6 people have arrested as far as the espionage is concerned, and now the latest is an Uttar Pradesh person, Shehzad, who has been accused of espionage.
Well, definitely this is a massive nexus that is coming to the fore at this point in time. It remains to be seen if all these arrests are interconnected to each other, but the manner in which these arrests are happening not only in Haryana and Uttar Pradesh, but also several arrests have been made by the Assam police and the Odisha police as well. All these people have been involved in providing information to ISI agents, to their handlers across the border. So definitely there is a massive case of espionage that is coming to the fore at this point in time. But if we talk about this specific incident that has happened in Uttar Pradesh, where the ISI operator or an agent has been arrested, what ATS sources are telling us is that he used to provide specific information to the ISI agents, and in return for that he used to get this free transit of smuggling that he used to do from Pakistan to India. In fact, he used to bring these clothes and cosmetics all the way from Pakistan to India and then eventually sell it over here. And against this, he used to provide them with specific questions that were asked from the side of the ISI, much like what is the security arrangements in few places in and around his area, what are the arrangements that have been made by the police. So all these specific questions were actually asked to him, and all these answers were given from his side to the ISI. But yes, this is a massive nexus that is coming to the fore. At least 4 states, arrests have been made for at least 4 states of the country at this point in time, whereas the information is still developing. Over the next few days, it is expected that there could be many more arrests that could be made from different parts of the country of people who were actually spying and were involved in this act of espionage against our country.
Also, Anshul, when we talk about that entire nexus, is this one nexus who were in touch with the Pakistan High Commission staff, Danish, or there are multiple nexuses that are underway? Because when we talk about this Moradabad accused, he seems to be in a different nexus altogether.
Well, definitely, it seems like that there were different agents that were deployed from the side of the ISI to make their sources on ground over here. One of those agents was Danish, who has been announced as persona non grata by the Indian government, and he has been asked to leave the country. There are other ISI agents who were involved in this entire nexus. One of the agents was in touch with the person who has been arrested from Moradabad, whereas there were other agents who were deployed with the same task of developing sources out here in India and then trying to get that crucial information from there regarding the security and the movement of security forces across the country. So the person a few people who have been arrested from Assam, they were reporting to a different ISI agent. The people who have been arrested from Odisha, they were reporting to a different ISI agent. And then eventually all these, the entire data was actually being accumulated and then was being used against the country. So this was a massive nexus that was put in forth from the side of the ISI, from the side of Pakistan, to actually lure in people, to actually convince people to share information with Pakistan in return from some sort of a benefits, either in the Jyoti Malhotra case to get free access to Pakistan and for her to be allowed to make videos of Pakistan. In the example of the Rampur ISI agent case, the return benefit that was given to him was to actually get products from Pakistan and then sell in India and keep the entire profit. So each and every person was actually lured in by these agents, and then eventually these agents were extracting information from them, and then these all this information was actually being put together, and then eventually decisions were being taken as to what could be the next steps through which Pakistan could go ahead and cut India, or actually the motive of ISI, that is to bleed India in 1,000 pieces. How could that be successful? This is something that was the entire motive and the modus operandi that has come to the fore at this point in time. But yes, the larger investigation is still on at this point in time, so it is very, very likely that we might get more details of how deep is this rot that has happened in our society, of how deep are these agents or these people who are carrying out espionage in our country are rooted at this point in time. But yes, definitely a big wake-up call for our agencies, and definitely a lot of arrests have already taken place over the last 3 to 4 days itself.
Absolutely, a big wake-up call as far as this widespread network is concerned. But we continue to be on the story, Anshul, and let's go back to Jyoti Malhotra herself. When we talk about Jyoti Malhotra, what is the timeline of the custody that the police have got? And when we talk about her visit specifically, she in fact visited Pahalgam when the attack happened. So take us through that particular timeline.
Not exactly at the time of the Pahalgam attack she was present over there, but just a few months before the Pahalgam attack happened, she was present in Pahalgam. Just a few months before that, she had visited Pakistan. Over the last 2 years, on 3 different occasions, she went to Pakistan and tried to project Pakistan as a country that is free for all, that is free for all religions, that gives equal rights to women. Women are allowed to do whatever comes to their mind. They are absolutely free. All these propaganda was in fact pushed from the side of Jyoti to the Indian audience, so that the soft power of Pakistan could be increased over here. This is the main allegation against Jyoti. Talking about the Pahalgam attack, just 3 to 4 months before the Pahalgam attack, she in fact went to Pahalgam and made a detailed video of how this place is very good and how the entire Kashmir Valley is absolutely free. There is very little security that can be seen. So all these points were in fact raised from her side. Now the police is actually trying to find out if at all the information that she had shown in her video, if there was some more information that she had with her that was eventually given to her agent Danish by her. So this is being investigated at this point in time. The Hisar police has a custody of 3 more days with them. And it remains to be seen what will they find over the next 3 to 4 days that the custody that they have of Jyoti at this point in time.
Yes, many thanks, Anshul, for getting us all those details. We'll keep coming back to you.
Network 18 decimates Times Internet with over 6 times more unique users on social media. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.